Hello. So this is a video where I wanted to go over some of the books that I've read this month. And some of the books that I've read this month are, well, actually this year, excuse me, correction. So some of the books I've read this year are, well, The Hobbit, which is the beginning before The Lord of the Rings happens. And it's an epic journey about how the adventures that Bilbo goes through. And those adventures are incredible. They're amazing. The world building that J.R.R. Tolkien does in that story is bar none. And the journey that Bilbo and the dwarfs go on to get to the mountain and find the treasure is the start of the journey of journeys. Because I'm currently reading The Lord of the Rings and the Two Towers, and the Fellowship of the Ring goes through the journey that the council takes, and it's a great story. And I would recommend it to anybody that is interested in reading a story about journeys. It might be a little slower read than a modern book, but you won't find a better journey than The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. Because it's just so brilliantly written that all the stories the fantasy stories that have been written off of it they're now written differently because of stories that are now written in the modern fantasy genre. So another couple books I've read this year are the Red Rising saga. I've read Red Rising and the Golden Sun, and 5-star books. I heard it from another YouTuber, which actually got me into it. Shout out to Ian Goobley. It's breakneck pace. There's twists and there's turns. There's shocking places where you wouldn't expect something to happen, and it happens. And the first book, Red Rising, reminded me a lot of Hunger Games and Divergent. And smally of Percy Jackson. But I would recommend those to anybody interested in sci-fi or interested in a fast story, because they are 400 and something page books, but they read fast. So if you're looking for a good sci-fi story, those are books to read that are good. And like I said, I'm currently reading The Two Towers. So far, it's way better than the movies. There's so much more. And I realize that you can't include everything in the book that's in the movies for cinematic purposes, but yeah, how they describe the Rohirrim in the books is far above what they could have done in the movies. Not that they didn't do a wonderful job in the movies, but yeah, it's awesome. So I would recommend the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy to people, even though I haven't read The Return of the King yet because I have to finish The Two Towers, but that's on my TBR. So, and then a couple other books that I read The Hatchet by Gary Paulson, which is a children's story about survival, and yeah, it's a great story. I'd recommend that to anybody who's interested in learning about building on skills that maybe you already have, or learning new skills. Yeah, The Hatchet by Gary Paulson is awesome. So those are the books that I would recommend out of the ones that I've read. And I hope this receives you well, and I hope you're having a great day. Until next time.